And welcome to Paranormal Unplugged. Hey, everybody doing out there?
How we're doing?
You guys doing good?
Mm-hmm. Yourself?
I'm hanging in there. Steve's got the runs again. Our guest is getting her stuff all booted up. So, but we have some interesting things going on. So let's start off with the. If everybody doesn't know that the Hoover now has a winery. Renegade Winery out there.
We're actually open.
It's open. It's got
And it serves beer.
Yeah, serves beer. Yeah.
Angry Orchard on tap.
Yeah. And what's the other one on? What's the other one?
Trojan feels that.
Yep, there we go. So that's going on there. Got some really good wines, and you got to come by and check it out.
We'll have Broken Heels real soon.
Yeah.
And seriously, it's an upbringing.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
And we got some a new sponsor, and I'll let Andrew take the reins for this one here. Guys, get ready. This is something amazing. Amazing. Nobody has it.
I'm trying to think how to put it all, into perspective, in the sense of obviously my love for dinosaurs and digging dinosaurs and brokering the sales, and also my fear and love for the paranormal world. As everybody knows, I love it, but I'm also terrified at the same time. So I kind of came up with something different. And how we have everybody uses the traditional REM pods. I decided to go with the now. Oh, go back to the other one.
Go back to the other one.
To the now Rex pod. Go straight on.
You want straight on now? There you go.
So here is the T-Rex pod.
The one, the only.
Oh my goodness, it just made me so happy seeing this today. So I'm going to be continuing to make these with Steve, and we will have these available on our tables starting at Pennhurst, obviously the Bash. And then we will I'll start putting them on my website as well, and Facebook, and that way we can get these going. But I am pretty happy with it. I love the way it turned out.
You show them they have long range and short range.
Oh yeah, short range.
Antenna, I designed this differently. You take the antenna out, but now for short range, you want something really get close to it. You go up near the head, it'll still go up. It should go up. Okay. It still goes off without the antenna.
Right.
All right, but you only have a short range.
Right.
You put the antenna back in.
So this is the tech guru.
Now you got a high range. So I'm holding it too, but
I absolutely.
we sit down on something. Your hands can't hold it.
So it'll sit straight. It's got a nice little stand on it. Battery pack, logo with the cowboy on the
No
dinosaur.
screwdriver. You can just pop the back off.
Let me
You
just
put a
turn
new
this
9-volt in. You turn it. Somehow
So
the battery comes out. Pop the back out.
battery comes out the back.
Wow, it out. It's spring loaded, so pop the battery out. You have to pry your
Right.
battery out. Just remember when you put it back in, it's gonna spring back.
I
out.
know, that's why I'm going to put the top at the same time. So
A lot of people are out there and they're trying to make things where you don't need tools. Now you just switch out.
Now you don't have to worry about somebody come up and say, "That's my REM pod."
no, this is my Rex pod.
That's
right.
So just wanted to show that real quick. We'll get more into that, and I'll put more on the Facebook pages and everything like that. And we'll go from there.
So we're waiting for our guest to pop in here. She's been having issues with her internet. So it's the Mini Medium. We've had her on before. She's been at the Bash. She's been at Jersey Paranormal. And she's a pretty interesting
Her
person.
internet runs off that windmill. So
Yeah, she's in Utah. So,
so
sometimes sticks in the cans don't work. So they got to get out
birds
there and
fly
have,
into them and stuff like that.
she's got to get her husband out there, start pumping the wind.
I
farm
like
going.
Utah. It's a beautiful state. I used to enjoy going there. living right next to it in Wyoming, I used to always go over to Utah, to Moab, and all those other places out there.
Which Moab?
So we pay for your
It's like what is the other park there? Like Zion. They're all like different parks that are out that way.
I always look. I got to turn my head this way
I gotta turn my head that way.
to make myself look like I'm straight in the screen.
I thought you were straight.
No
Always
complaints.
like that.
So, but yeah, and the bash is coming up.
Well, before that too, we have May
Pennhurst.
24th. Well, Pennhurst, but as far as at the Hoover events, we
Yeah.
have the digging here, the unearthing the history
She's there.
with myself and Mike King and John, and yeah, it's gonna be a good old time. But I won't hold this up.
We'll get back to that. So let's introduce her. The mini medium is now here. There she is.
Yay! Hi guys. How are you all?
All right.
Good, you?
Good. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Stephanie.
Okay, good. Good.
Andrew.
Yes.
I don't think you've met Andrew. He was at the bash. He had the dinosaur
Yeah.
stuff.
I remember
Oh,
seeing you
nice.
pass by a couple times, but didn't put two and
Yeah.
two together at the time.
Oh, that's great. No, that's
Nice to
good.
meet
It's
you.
nice to meet you as well. You as well. Absolutely. How are you?
How is Utah?
It's finally getting warm. It's been really cold and kind of like dreary and I call it bipolar. It's
Right.
1 minute it's 70 degrees and then we got snow. So
Yes,
it just
I know.
all depends.
I just moved from Wyoming, so I understand it all.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I always tell people if you don't like the weather now, just give it 5 minutes because that's how it is here.
Exactly. Where in Utah are you?
So I am it's Harriman. So I guess it would be about maybe 30 miles south of Salt Lake, of downtown Salt
Okay.
Lake. So
Okay.
yeah, southwest. Yeah, we like
I'm
it
familiar
here.
with the area. That's why I ask. I used to always
Oh,
go back
yeah.
and forth from Wyoming to Utah for business and everything like that. So
Oh, okay.
very familiar with it.
Okay, so yeah. Oh, yeah, you do know. So yeah, if you know where the point of the mountain is, where the Provo area starts to go in,
Yes.
I'm just right west of there. So yeah,
Very
it's,
cool.
yeah. Utah's beautiful. It's a beautiful state, but I'm itching to move to the East Coast. I'm trying.
We'll drug your husband up and drag him here.
Yeah. I get it.
I
So
know.
can you.
It's her husband.
That's
Doesn't
right.
realize the hunting here is better than in Utah.
The hunting
I
is
tried.
better. I don't know about
No,
that.
fishing.
Yeah.
Come on,
See?
I gotta
See?
go with her husband on that.
Well, how about taking pictures are more beautiful here than there.
Well,
Yes.
I guess it just depends on who you ask, right?
Right.
How about fishing?
Yeah.
Fishing better out here.
World-class fishing out there,
The
actually.
pizza's probably better.
The pizza's better here. We got
Yes,
better pizza.
Yes,
yes.
yes, and the paranormal investigating is much better there too, by the way. So
Yes.
I feel than in Utah. I don't know. That's my own kind of personal opinion, but
Well,
I mean, Utah's got some great places to investigate. I've investigated many, but I don't know. I like the history of the East Coast stuff. So I guess it just depends on who you ask. I don't know,
maybe this
but it's
that'll do
yeah,
it for you.
yeah. I don't
Maybe
know.
this
That one will
will
be.
back east, in the summer.
Yes, I know. I'm excited though to be there in July. I'm hoping it's not as humid as it was last year. Oh, that humidity was just it was brutal. It was
Mhm.
brutal. So I'm not used to that, being in a desert area. But yeah,
I know.
but super excited. Can't wait.
Very good.
So, do you have any major announcements that you have going on? What have you been up to since last time we had you on? I know I've seen things, but
Yeah.
let everybody know what you've been doing.
Yeah. So I think, gosh, I was thinking it's been about a year since I last was on with you guys. It was it was shortly a few months before the bash, if I remember right. But so in about a year's time, I mean, things have just grown crazy, which I love it. But since I last was with you guys, I got the opportunity to go to the East Coast and, was at the Bash and had a great time. It was so much fun. And just, it's very interesting to see the different similarities, the similarities and the differences of the different, East Coast versus West Coast when it comes to paranormal investigators and, things. There's a lot of things that are the same, but there's some things that were really kind of fun to experience on the East Coast. But so, went, did the Bash, and then in November was able to go to New Jersey and was at Paraunity, so the New Jersey, and that was so fun. Yeah.
Great for Paraunity. Sorry for New Jersey. Yeah, I was born there.
All three of
all
us.
three of us.
All three of us.
Oh my gosh. Oh, how funny. Well, I have to say, people that I talked to when I had asked some questions about New Jersey, they said, you're just not gonna, and nothing against the New Jersey people that love it. They just said, yeah, there's areas, and I'll be honest, we went to New Jersey and then we went to New York and visited, and I got to go to Ground Zero, and that was really very interesting and very sombering. But but the difference between the two, I can see why New Jersey people are very passionate about New Jersey and New York is passionate about New York, and you never want to mix those up, I guess is what I'm told. But but yeah, I don't know if I was a fan of New Jersey, not to say anything bad. I just don't know if I was, but I love New York. New York was really fun. So we visited there, and the place that I had the most, I guess, connection with or emotional, through my mediumship was actually not even at Ground Zero. It was at the, never remember what this is. It's like the Empty Sky Memorial, or it's the real big pillars that are on the other side. I believe it's on the New Jersey side, actually. But they've got yeah, that may be what it is. It's got the cement, or not cement, I'm sorry, the marble pillars that have the names engraved. And anyway, so yeah, that was very, very emotional, a lot of energy there. But so yes, we did that. And then lots of things since then. I have been able to lock in a lot of different events that are all over the US now. And this coming June, for my 50th birthday, I'll be 50 next month. So we're having a 50th celebration, and I'm actually doing a bus, a Wendover bus ride. And if those who know what Wendover is, see, here in Utah, you can't gamble. So all of us Utahns have to hop on a bus and go to Nevada to, gamble. So I've got a big event that I'm doing where you get on the bus, and I'll be doing readings for the 2 hours there and the 2 hours back. And, of course, when we get there, we gamble. And so just lots of things that have just been coming about. And, just feeling very blessed that I get to come back to the Bash this year. Super excited. And I'm also going to be doing a gallery reading. I'm so excited for that. So I'll be at the Bash doing a big gallery reading, for people to come and get about an hour's worth of seeing what I do and channeling loved ones in spirit. And that I cannot wait. When I was invited to do that, I just got even more excited. So it's just been so much. And I can't wait for this year. There's more things coming, and just kind of waiting for all of that to fall into place. And, so more to come. So
That's
yeah,
awesome.
it's been good. Yeah.
That's good to see that you're getting busy and staying busy and everything's going good. And it's amazing.
Yeah.
The stuff that opens up for you. And it's just
Yeah.
glad to see it happen. From
Well,
when we first met you to now, it's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun to see how much you've gotten and what you've gone through to get to there.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
neat.
thank you. Well, and I honestly I owe some of this journey to you, Kevin, and to your wife, Susan, and to Steve and Pam and everybody that, going to the Bash opened up so many opportunities for me, and for people to, have readings with me and to see what I do. And, I may fall in the same line as other mediums, but very different as well. And, just these open doors, that have come my way has been just incredible. And it wouldn't have happened, Kevin, if I wouldn't have met you, 3 years ago,
Yeah,
4
3
years
years
ago at another little convention we won't talk about that I knew nothing about at the time of what that was about. I just, went with a paranormal team of mine and, innocently was there. But it's been amazing. I quit my job. I had a huge corporate, I had a very nice job with a huge corporate organization, healthcare out here in Utah. And I was able to quit my job 2.5 years ago to pursue my purpose and do what I love. And I'll tell you, when you can do what your soul's purpose is, and share that with others and then feed your family on top of it, I say it's been a dream. So it's been very much a blessing. Don't take my gifts for granted by any means. And I know that, in a heartbeat, I could very well not have that strong connection anymore. So I'm very, very appreciative.
That's cool, though. I mean, it's good to see you doing well with that. So, I mean, it's amazing.
Thank you.
The stuff that
Yeah.
I'm going to say it again, and I said it before to you. I will never sit next to you at a dinner party when somebody else is on the other side that you're going to read, because I don't need the headache. I don't need to feel sick to my stomach for all that energy that was being pulled through me. My God, if you go to sit next to her when she's at the bash, just make sure there's nobody on the other side that she's reading. She starts biting her lip, forget it. It's over. That's when you know she's getting something. And it just, I'm sitting there, I'm looking at her going, will you stop? Will you just stop? And she's like, no. I was like, oh, there it goes. It's over. And I had Nancy Larson on the other side of me. And she was reading Nancy. And I was like, oh, God, I feel sick.
You did. I remember. Yeah. You weren't feeling well. And I felt so bad. But it is. And apparently, it's so funny. Kevin says about biting my lip, because I do. When I start to channel, I never noticed it until someone pointed it out. And I think, Kevin, you might have been the first person that did. And then ever since then, I watch videos. I'm like, oh my God. And I go into this different kind of trance and I start biting my lip or messing with my lip. I don't know why, to be honest. It's just maybe the way that I start to, control the energy. Hell, I don't know. But it's interesting that even when we were at New Jersey, or even at the bash, I started doing that. You caught me and I started laughing. I'm like, oh, yes, I did, but, and even when at New Jersey, the Parunity, there was someone that was sitting at the table with Bob, and I can't remember who it was, but he came over and he said, I don't know what it is about your energy. He goes, but I can't handle it. He's like, it's so much. And he was like, in a whole other table away. And he said it was good. It wasn't bad. It was just a lot. And I said, well, I'm so sorry. And he goes, no, our stuff's going off. Your energy is doing all that. I said, well, yeah. It was crazy, but but I love that it's good energy. As long as it's good, then I'm okay with it. Yes, but I'll try really hard when I see it the bash to put a bright white light in the wall and whatever I need to do.
Now I know what I'm worried about. Know about it, so I'll be good. I mean.
That's right. Put it. Get the aluminum foil, Kevin, and just cover your head. No, I love it.
Have you seen? Andrew just announced his new Rex pod.
Oh. Well, it's like a collaboration because I dig dinosaurs, and that's what I did in Wyoming, and museums and sell dinosaurs as a broker. So I'm like, my love for the paranormal too. I'm like, you know what? Instead of the REM pod, let's come up with the Rex pod.
My gosh!
So
those are awesome. That is real.
Eyes light up and
Okay, that's pretty cool. That is really cool.
I know. So I start putting these out there.
Absolutely. Are you going to have those at the bash?
I am. Yes, I'm going to start with them at Pennhurst next week and see how they do. But I will definitely have them at the bash, and then going forward on my own Facebook site, and whoever else wants to advertise them as well. I mean,
Absolutely.
I'll
Well,
put as money out as I can.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I'm all about supporting and promoting others as well. And, I work with 2 paranormal teams here in Utah who would just love that. So I'll definitely have to, when I come out to the Bash, take a look. And my little grandson, he's 4 and he loves dinosaurs. I think
Well,
that would be,
Make
yeah.
sure you stop and talk, because I have so many
Yeah.
things that for kids as well.
Okay.
As far as real
Yeah.
bones and casted
Oh,
stuff,
yeah.
and
Oh,
so
awesome.
that's what we're I'm trying to bring back here now to PA from Wyoming, the whole
Oh, I
dinosaur
love that.
concept and things that people cannot get here that I'm
Right.
trying to bring to them. So
Oh, I love that. And
doing
in
things with
Utah,
children.
right. Yeah. In Utah, we have, the invernal, we have the dinosaur land, and that's also
Yep.
where the, I just forgot the name, but I just lost the name. For all the, gosh, my brain doesn't want to work today. Skinwalker Ranch.
Yes.
We've got
Yep.
Skinwalker, and yeah, so I won't go anywhere near that place. I've tried and I just can't. I won't go anywhere near it. That's too lower vibrational dark energy that I won't allow. So I stay away from that area. But yeah, but we've got a lot of the dinosaur history. And matter of fact, our hockey team, our major league hockey team just announced that the mascot is the mammoth. So it's going to be the Utah Mammoth. So it's going to be
Very
interesting.
cool.
Yeah.
Very
So yeah,
cool.
we have a lot of dinosaur history here too.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I've done a
so
lot of scouting
a
and
lot.
digging out there as well, so that's why I'm very familiar
Yeah.
with Utah as far as the dinosaurs. And but
Yeah.
the other thing that always comes to my mind with Utah and Wyoming and all that is UFOs. It's just
Yes.
the sky is so different out there.
Yes.
I don't know
Oh,
how
yeah.
to explain it. It's just because maybe it's so wide open. It's not
Like,
light polluted.
yeah.
That
Yeah, it is.
your elevation obviously is a lot higher out there. I don't know what you are there, but when I was in Wyoming, we were at 6,000 feet above sea level. Just
Yeah,
not
we're-
being in the mountains.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We're at about 10,000. So we're pretty high.
So you always
Yeah.
feel like you're closer to the sky and you pick up things quicker. But I don't know what it is. Just like I don't know, like a UFO hotspot out there.
Oh yeah. We just had a meteorite hit this last Saturday, I think it was. It literally landed. It hit in the Ogden area. So it was
Okay.
interesting to see that on the news. You have to go look that up. So people are going nuts and running that way to try to find, any kind of,
Yeah, fragments and leftovers.
fragments. Yeah. Yeah. Find some of that, one of the strongest stones that's out there is moldavite. So some people
Mhm.
think they're going to find moldavite, which moldavite is so strong that, I mean, even with my history of 28 years of doing what I've done, moldavite is one that I'll only carry when I'm ready for it. So people think that the meteorite's going to leave that, which is where moldavite comes from. But yeah,
Right.
so it is very much. So yeah, I think both East Coast and West Coast, we just have so many different things to offer. So I love that you've taken the West Coast to where you're at. It'll be interesting. I can't wait.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how it goes. I'm definitely going to push it in any avenues that I possibly have, as far as yourself and
Yeah.
any others. It's just keep making them and keep going them.
Yeah,
So,
I love my
thank you.
REM pod. Yeah, you're welcome. No, I love my REM pod that Kevin that you made for me, and I've used it a couple times in investigations that I got from you guys with the grid and everything. Beautiful. Yeah, had some jealous paranormal investigators wanting to know where I got it, so I sent them your way.
That's good.
Yeah. So these are
So I
good.
So I heard you went and saw a medium.
I
you go-
did. Yeah, I went and saw Teresa Caputo, the Long
How'd that
Island
go?
medium. It went really, I've loved her for, gosh, I mean, I've watched her for many, many, many years. And a lot of people have compared the way I channel to her. And so when I went, I was a little worried because I thought, oh my gosh, am I going to have a hard time? Am I going to be, channeling other people? And am I going to be able to mute myself and not, be working per se? And but it was pretty amazing. We were up pretty high in a mezzanine, so unfortunately, she's down low and stayed down low, which was fine. But just to watch another medium channel and kind of just listen to the way she did, it was just very educational, I guess. But it was amazing because even I was sitting there and I turned to my husband and I, he was to my right, and I said, and just right down where Teresa was at, and she was reading a couple. And before she said anything, I looked at my husband. I said, someone hung themselves. I said, oh my God, there's a young male wanting to bring up, he hung himself. And within about 5 minutes, Teresa looked at this couple and said, did you lose a younger male? And they said, yes, that their grandson, I believe it was, or nephew, and come to find out he hung himself. So I was already picking up and channeling this young man. And then, she moved on and went to the next people that were there. And I just sat there and all these ladies around are crying and none of them had tissue. So I'm handing out tissue, because I've been there, done that. I know how this is. And, so I turned, to my husband again, and I'm like, he's not leaving. I could feel this young man's soul, and I could feel that there was so much wanting to get my attention. And so after we were done, and I thought, gosh, I've got to give these ladies my card. They were sitting to the left and to the right. So I gave them my card and just said, hey, this might be inappropriate. I know I'm at another medium show, but, here's my card. And I said, I just can't get this young man to leave me. And the gal that was to my left, she was going through a divorce and her husband had hung himself, her soon to be ex-husband or ex-husband. I thought, oh my gosh, maybe it's your husband. And, so it was really interesting to just sit and listen to her. And it's nice to be on the other side. I mean, I wish I got read, don't get me wrong, but I struggle to find people that can connect with me. I found a couple that have done pretty well, but anyhow, but yeah, it was amazing. It was something on my bucket list I've been wanting to do for years. And yeah, you kind of, if you want to sit down in the lower, you got to get a second mortgage on your home so you can afford the ticket.
That's how she pays for her hair.
Yeah. And
that's right. Yeah. That's right. Yeah, but no, it was really neat. Yeah, we had a good time.
Nice.
Yeah, it was fun. Yeah.
So I got a question for you. Would you mind
Sure.
doing a reading tonight? You can.
No, not at all.
Whatever you pick up on, and maybe
Sure.
even if maybe we'll have somebody pop on, and we'll go from there, or we'll see how that goes if we can do that. But see
Yeah,
who you can pull up
absolutely.
here.
Absolutely. Yeah, I would love to.
I know you know.
Yeah,
I know you know a lot about me, but there's things that I don't let out that could come up. So
yeah, for sure. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, I'm gonna grab my notebook and do a little bit of my
now watch
scribbling.
Watch.
I do. now,
Self-conscious now.
I am. I'm gonna pierce.
He has electric lawn or battery.
I do. I have electric lawn. That's my lawn. It's a lazy man. Get it right. Leave me alone.
All right. So yeah, I'm gonna do a little bit of okay, so it's called automated writing or psychography. Are you guys familiar with that tool, automated writing or psychography?
Mm-hmm.
Have you heard of that before?
No, I
Oh,
don't.
okay. So what it is mediums, as they get energy, coming in, and as we open up our energies, we all have very stronger abilities than, one clair may be stronger than another. And one of my strongest abilities, one of my strongest clairs is called clairaudient, and that's the ability to hear your loved ones in spirit. And the way I describe this is I don't hear their voice because the soul doesn't have a voice. That's left here in the physical body. So what it is it's a thought that pops in my head that I know is not my thought. And so when I start getting what we call downloads, that's where messages come in, and it's one thing after another. A really good tool to do is through automated writing. So you're kind of scribing. In other words, you're scribbling, and then words will come up, numbers will come up that'll validate, whether it's death dates, birthdays, years, ages. So I'll show you when I'm done. I'll show you what it looks like here in a minute. And I'm sorry if my camera's bouncing around. I'm scribbling and my thing is not very sturdy. So sorry if I'm making anyone sick.
Get the husband out there working. Come on.
Nothing a little duct tape won't fix. That's what I say. That's the Utah redneck way here. Okay. Alrighty. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna open myself up and connect with one of you. I'm just not sure which one. So as I mentioned, what is coming through, if it connects with you, then speak up and let me know. That way I can, in a sense, identify your energies of who this is connecting with. So give me 1 second here. Okay. Okay. So I immediately, my whole right side is getting goosebumps. So the way that I describe this and how I identify, and this is for all of you, if you're ever sitting there and you're going, gosh, why do I have goosebumps down my right side? Your right side is your divine masculine. Your left is your divine feminine. So if you're ever getting goosebumps on your right side, your right arm, most likely it's a male soul or male spirit. The left would be female. So I've got a very strong male already. My whole right side has goosebumps. My hair is standing straight up. This is always a sign of their energy and in a sense, validating if they're male or female. The next thing I can feel is I'm going paternal. So I know this is a dad. So I've got a strong father stepping in. And now I know that if I remember right, the last time that, Steve, that we had done a reading when you were here last year, did we connect with your father? Do you recall?
I don't remember.
Okay. But your dad has passed, is that right, Steve?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, okay. And then the number 28 just came up. So the number 28 as I connect will be the 28th of a month as a birth date, a death date. This could be February 8th as a date. This could be the year 1928, so we could be going back a bit. Or this can be the age of 28. So I always say when things come up, if they don't connect right away, I don't waste time trying to figure it out, but it'll connect later. It always does. So just keep that name in mind, or I'm sorry, that number, unless one of you connects with that right away.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then, okay. All three of you have dads on the other side?
Mm-mm.
Just Steve and then Kevin, right? Kevin, your dad is passed. I do know that.
Yes.
Okay. 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 I'm already picking up. He's wanting to mention the Ford truck, an old Ford or old Chevy. I'm really bad with cars or trucks, so bear with me. Your dad.
Yeah.
Okay. And Steve, that was you. Was that right?
Yep.
Yep. Okay. I had a feeling we might be getting your dad. I want you to keep that 28 in mind again, because that 28 is coming up again. So this is wanting to, again, connect to even 28 years ago, so just just keep that on the forefront of your mind. Okay. And Steve, do you have a son?
No.
Okay. So I have Dad wanting to mention. I'm sorry.
I have a stepson.
Okay, that's fine. Souls will come in and they won't ever say stepson, stepfather, stepdad. You know, they come in and they just will validate. So, okay, so you got the son. Okay. Okay. And I'll tell you, okay. I need to bring up Virginia, West Virginia, Virginia. There's some reason why, or the name Virginia as being significant.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Can I ask how you connect with that?
My father's sister's name.
Okay, perfect. Okay. And your sister is still alive?
His sister is passed. She passed.
Or his sister is passed. Okay,
It's his
gotcha.
sister,
Okay.
yeah.
His sister. Okay. Okay. Perfect. Okay. So I feel this would be Dad even validating he is with his sister. So just know that it's Dad even. There's such an emphasis coming from your dad that you know that he did not cross over and got to the other side alone, that he is with many. I know the older we get, I get it that we, we have more on the other side. That's a given. But for whatever reason, your dad is so emphasizing over and over, please let my son know that I'm not by myself. I did not cross over alone, that I was met by many. There was a bit of a worry with that. So, and when it comes to your son or your stepson, he refers to son, by the way, he just wants to, there's such an emphasis, and this is just a feeling that he's given me. It's called clairsentient. It's a feeling that you have really stepped up and been the father that he feels there's things that he wasn't able to do for you that you have done for him. And the sense of being just very proud of you for doing this and for overlooking some of the trials, the tribulations, and the struggles. So he's very proud of you for doing this. Okay, do any of you connect with the name Frank or Fred? I just heard one syllable, FR. And if you have, say that again.
My grandfather's name is Frank.
Perfect. Okay. So your and grandfather, I'm assuming, has passed, correct?
Yep.
Okay. So your grandpa's coming in as well. I told you you have a lot on the other side. So okay. Who is okay. I just switched over and I've got a beautiful maternal soul stepping in. I have a beautiful maternal, or so mom. Okay. She's mentioning, she says, my boy, and she says, my boy. So I've got one of y'all's moms. And mom says to tell you to make sure that you don't cancel this appointment again. And you're supposed to go in and have colonoscopy. Sorry, I'm getting very personal. Or this is checking the prostate. This is very much men will die from. Do either of you understand that?
No. No, I already had it.
I just had a colonoscopy done, so.
Who just
But I
did?
gotta go back. Yeah, but I gotta go back in 8 months.
There you go.
Was that Steve?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, and mom is passed, right?
Yep.
Yep. Okay. Mom is a bit worried, so you're going back. So, but I'm going to tell you, I'm not feeling a sense of worry. Even this is more of my medical mediumship. I feel that it's a matter of just staying on top of it. So polyps that are there, getting things just taken care of. But she's adamant that you not cancel. don't reschedule, don't cancel, don't push this off any longer, because she says you're known to do that. So she's like kind of doing this. Don't you love when our loved ones in spirit call you out on your shit on the other side? It's so great, right?
Thanks, Mom.
I love it, right? And then your grand.
They found it was precancerous. That's why.
Okay.
They
This
removed
is why
it,
your
but I
mom-
have to go back in 8. Yeah, I go back in 8 months to make sure that it's not
Good. Okay. Well, I'm going to tell you this is why Mom popped in and wants to mention this, because she's wanting you to not worry. That, and even just the feeling I'm getting is just not to stress, don't worry, because you will manifest your illnesses. You will manifest these things. So stop worrying. She's telling you.
This guy here.
I love it. I love it.
It's not a bad
No, it's
thing.
not a
No,
bad
it's
thing. It's not at all. I do kind of want to focus a little bit. I'm really bad when I start to channel. My common sense shuts down. I forgot your name in the center. I'm so sorry.
Andrew, it's okay.
Andrew, that's right, Andrew. Okay. Carl.
No, it's Andrew.
I love it. Well, now, Andrew, do you now I am going mom's side for you. I'm being pulled right to you. So I am being pulled to the maternal mom. So has your mom passed, or has mom's mom passed?
Mom's mom. My
Yeah,
mother's
okay.
still alive. Yeah.
Your mom is here. Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
I didn't feel this was your mom. That's why I asked if this was mom's mom. So your grandmother. Oh, wow. Okay. Hang on one second. Your, okay. Okay. Boy, I'm just getting a whole lot coming in all at once. So 1 second. Let me see where mom is.
The scoop's going to be given now.
That's right. That is right. Is this live? Can you edit it?
No edits.
I'm just
No
kidding.
edits.
I know. I love it. I love that you guys are live. I love it. Okay. You're okay. Oh, okay. Now, I just heard the name like, boy, this is not common. I just heard like Wilma or Velma. Wilma or Velma. I can hear the ending in the A, if that makes sense. And this can be connected to either of you.
I'm trying to think what my. Oh God! It was somebody's name was that on my mother's side.
Okay.
I can't. Willamea. I can't put a finger on it. It's been a while since I've gone through my ancestry stuff, but I know my mother always mentioning that name.
Okay. And which would make sense why I'm going to your mom's side. So, and I'm not very known to channel ancestors that go way back. I mean, I feel sometimes I do, but I feel like, I could bring up a name and somewhere down the line, I'm sure it's going to connect, So that's why I try to be more, not so distant or your great,
My mom's name was Ina. INA.
Oh, perfect. Okay. I could hear the A at the end. So this is your grandmother. Perfect. Okay. And you just gave me what I call validation chills. So anytime you validate what they're trying to communicate, then my body gets chills. And it's your grandmother's way of just saying, yes, that's it. And hearing the 2-syllable ending in the A makes a whole lot of sense. Your grandmother is so adamant that you stay connected to mom. She's telling you got to stay connected. That you got to keep that. Okay. And mom's having some memory issues at the moment. So there's an emphasis on just please stay connected to mom. The beginning of Alzheimer's, dementia. It is a very hereditary thing as I see it going to the women. So this would be, mom, sister, and so on. So just be mindful of that. and she says, I'm with your brother. I just heard I'm with your brother or the brother. So that could very well be your uncle, but the brother. Do you connect with that?
I'm trying to think. Like my brother's still alive.
Yeah. Yes.
My mom's
Doesn't-
brother is still alive, but my uncle, I should say.
Yeah.
Uh,
Let me see if I can get more from her on what this is. Okay, I just heard the name. Oh, hang on. Let's see if I'm hearing this right. Either Ken or Kent. Ken or Kent. And that will be living or past, by the way, if that helps.
I don't think I have
Ken?
anybody on mine.
Mm-hmm.
I could very well be. If you have any callers on too, I can pick up on their stuff too. So, okay. Who is trying to repair the old like camper trailer or old trailer, or we're remodeling like a Winnebago? Like that's the vision I'm getting. I know it's really bizarre. Someone is wanting to repair the camper trailer.
Kevin may have repairs in California to learn trailers.
I hope not.
It's the only thing I can think of, but
Not that I know of. No.
You haven't had any problems with your trailers out
no,
there?
my trailers are fine.
Okay, well, just be mindful because as I explained, our loved ones on the other side, they don't have concept of time. So they may be showing me this and it's, they're making me feel that it just happened or it's, happening now, but yet it can be in the future. So just keep an eye on,
Oh,
this.
Kevin, take this
Yeah.
trailer. That's right. It's a Penhurst. I gotta move all the dinosaurs to Penhurst, so I have Kevin's trailer at my house.
That's hilarious. I love it. That's right. It's a heads up. Actually, actually, you're right on point. And this is what I love. They'll come through and they'll want to protect you. And if there's anything coming up in the future that they see coming that can be prevented, they'll bring this up. And there is an emphasis as I go, and I don't have any mechanical background, but I'm going underneath the trailer and even connected to the tires, to the wheels. So please check, brake lines, check, axles, check all of this. I do feel that there's a feeling of there being something that just needs to be fixed or just at least looked at. I almost feel like there's fluid leaking. So they're showing me fluid leaking. So just please check this. I've had this happen in the past and a client went and looked and sure enough, matter of fact, oh my gosh, Stacy, that owns the tattoo, Urban's Edge, Stacy. Yeah. Do you know? Okay, so it was her. You can even ask her. It was her husband's father. I did a reading for her about his motorcycle, and sure enough, his motorcycle, he went in and had it looked at, and there was some kind of, I don't know if it was the brakes or something to do with the transmission or whatever it may be, but there was the problem that had this fallen apart, had this leaked, that he could have lost a wheel and it would have caused an accident. So this is where I say I never ever question the signs from the other side. So just keep, double check that. And especially with the fact that Penhurst is coming soon. This is why. And you know what, Kevin, now they think about it, the timing is perfect because this was kind of a surprise, welcome, to join tonight. And it actually worked out beautifully for me, which normally it wouldn't. So the timing was our loved ones in spirit making this happen so that it could protect you. So please, make sure you check that because, it's all about divine timing. So I can't look at that as anything else. Now,
I know, right? You give me a broken trailer. Ability.
They're not broken. It's only got 3,000 miles on them.
I mean, you never know, Yeah. you never know. Okay, let's see. Coming back, with you, Andrew, with I'm being pulled back to you again here. So, your grandfather, Dad's dad, has passed. Is that correct? Dad's dad. Okay. And I need to mention that you're named after Grandpa. You're named after Dad. And it's just to validate that I make sure I'm with the right person. So, do you have a namesake?
Well, Andrew's after St. Andrew of Scotland.
Okay.
Like my brother's middle name is my grandfather's first name. But had I had a son, I was going to name him after my grandfather. But I had daughters.
Okay.
So.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you hit it right on the head, because earlier when I had mentioned that I had heard that I'm with your son, or I'm with the son, or the brother, I'm with the brother. This is really connecting to your brother, because your brother was named after Grandpa. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Your brother was? Okay. So I feel this is your grandfather being here, but your grandfather's a bit, I call it a bit hesitant, maybe a bit reluctant to come forward. As I say, he kind of stands in the back a bit. And a lot of times when souls do this, it's because of a few reasons. There's usually three main reasons. One is it's a religious factor, that they wouldn't necessarily feel comfortable doing this. Two, he feels you're not ready, or he's not ready. Or three, it's the fact of how he passed. He doesn't, he's embarrassed, doesn't want to talk about it, doesn't want to come in, doesn't want to open up this can of worms per se. And I really feel for your grandpa. It's really the first. It feels like this isn't something he would really be comfortable doing or be open to. Does that make sense with your grandpa?
Yeah, myself and my grandfather, we were close.
Yeah, I can tell yeah, and that's why I say it's not the fact that he's not ready or you're not ready, and it's also not the fact that he's embarrassed or ashamed about how he passed. It's just he's going, I don't know about all this. He's kind of just almost testing me is what he's doing. He's testing me, which I love that. But his way of validating this is him by mentioning when I had heard the brother and mentioning being the namesake. So being the namesake of your brother being the namesake. Sorry, I'm pausing because I keep hearing more. Okay. Do you have Grandpa's shotgun or rifle?
No, I do not.
Okay.
I have his fishing poles.
Oh, you have the poles. Okay. There is a feeling of him wanting to talk about the rifle or the shotgun, either. But did Grandpa hunt?
I believe, yeah, he used to years and years ago.
Okay. Maybe find out about this rifle or this shotgun, only because I feel that there's not that they care on the other side, not that they worry about this, but it's just his way of it. There's a feeling of that this is not in the hands that he thought that it would be in, if that makes sense. So, it's a feeling of, and maybe it's been lost, and that's what he's wanting to emphasize. So just, keep that in mind, maybe ask about that. Okay. I am seeing playing cards everywhere. Playing cards, like poker cards, playing cards. I'm not sure what this is about. Someone just popped in and showed me playing cards. Hang on, let me see if I can get more what it's about. Okay. Who has the old an orchard? There's apple trees. There's an old orchard, or there's something about the apple tree, or something about the. I even looked like back when I was younger. We used to bob for apples, and my grandparents had an apple tree. So
I'm drinking Angry Orchard.
He's drinking apples.
Angry.
Oh,
Orchard.
you are?
Yeah.
Are you drinking apple juice?
Angry Orchard.
Oh my God.
It's a beer, cider.
Perfect. Your grandpa's wanting to talk about that. So he must be wanting to mention the fact that you're drinking. Is this an alcoholic beverage, my friend?
Mm-hmm.
Is this? Yep. Okay. That's why grandpa's making me taste the apple and he's showing the apple orchard because I can't tell what you're drinking. I can't see. And so I don't even know if you have it out or how, but so this is your grandfather validating he's standing right there next to you and communicating through me to bring up the apple orchard. You're drinking the apple cider beer and he's like saying cheers. It's like a feeling of just wanting you to know that he's with you and that this is something, even through fishing, you guys would do together. There's no way I would know about you drinking an apple beer, my friend. There's no way. This is why I love that your your grandfather is here to mention that, which is beautiful. And I'll tell you, he also, he says, don't forget your roots. Don't forget your roots.
Never.
Do you understand? Okay, good. You understand that. Okay.
When I was all my family's from Scotland, and growing up, when my parents had to work through the summers, they would send my brother and I back to Scotland to spend the summers with our grandparents. So they had someone to watch. So my grandfather was one who got me into fishing and the fly fishing and bought me the poles. And then when he had passed, I took his poles in and everything like that. But I know that my grandfather's with me all the time. And when I had my near-death experience, my grandfather was there with me, who was deceased. So,
oh wow!
And it was like a reverse situation where I was with him in the hospital when he was dying, and then when he was with me at the same time, like roles reversed.
I love that.
His way was letting me know things were going to be all right. So it was. It's a long story, but it and that's what took me kind of into the spiritual world in the sense of opening my eyes to it. Once I had my own experience. So I know
for sure.
My grandfather is always with me, without a doubt, 100%.
I love that. Well, and I love that he validated, him being right there with you, not by just, maybe the common memories of fishing or just being with you or having fishing poles, but the fact of literally what you were drinking and him making sure that I was able to taste that and see that so that so that you knew, not that you need validation that he's with you, but even for others to know that, that right. He is with you. And, and I love that also, you're right. The near-death experiences, I've had one as well, and I know Steve did as well. And this opens ourselves up to be crossing that veil and opening ourselves up to our gifts and our abilities. And we're all gifted. We all have these abilities. But when you cross that veil and you come back, it's almost a sense of just of pureness, and you just open all that up, which it can scare people, but it also I feel is where it gives us that comfort, that knowing that you'll get to see your loved ones again, that have passed, and knowing they're with you. And this is why I love what I do, is just the validations that I get through my gifts is so profound. And that's where before I do my readings, I welcome that any souls that are in that bright white light, because I cannot channel souls that are a lower vibrational frequency. I just won't. Never have, knock on wood, never will. And so, but I ask that they come through and give me specific validations. I do not want a soul to come in and say, I love you, I miss you, I'm proud of you. These are obvious things that that anybody can say. But just like with Steve, to hear your grandfather's name so clearly, to hear Frank, means that your grandfather lowered his vibrational energy as I raised mine, and we got as close as we could. So he worked very hard to let he's here. Even hearing your grandmother, hearing the kind of the 2-syllable ending in A, the Ina, it's just even more validation. The Ford truck, seeing Virginia, all of this. So I tell people that that not to be afraid of it. And as I teach classes and I help people to open their gifts and their abilities, it's amazing to watch people evolve and open themselves up and what they're able to do. And some people are like, loving it, but then some people, they're like, oh, okay, I'm done. I'm done. This is too scary. So but I love that you feel your grandfather with you. And even Steve, for you, your dad is so strong and so present with you. There's without a doubt. And Kevin, I know we've connected to your side many times, and your dad and your mom and your family. Even when your daughter came and saw me, I think it might have been Susan's dad, if I remember right. Right? She's close with? Is that right?
Yeah,
Susan's dad. Yeah. When she came and got a reading, she got some beautiful specific validations from her grandfather. So it's amazing. It's amazing when you open yourself up and you just get all of this floodgate of stuff coming in. One thing for you, Kevin, too, I want to tell you that I was getting, because I don't want you to feel left out, but because I would never want that to happen. But I do need to emphasize, I do feel I have your dad coming in. And the only reason I know that is because of a familiar feeling. It's like I tell people, whenever I channel a soul that I channeled before, it's like going into a grocery store and you're like, gosh, I know that person. I just don't know how I know them. That's the feeling of the soul. But your dad is very quiet. What I love is he's sitting in the back. He's allowing for Steve's family to come in. He's allowing for Andrew's family to come in. And your dad is very giving. And that's exactly who you are, my friend. You are the same way as your father. You are a lot like your dad. But your dad says, do not tell my son that he is like me. And he just laughed, by the way. I just heard that. So there's a feeling.
Yep.
Your dad just said, do not tell my son that he's like his dad. But it's a feeling of the growth and the changes and how you have evolved into breaking cycles. Your dad wants to mention you have broken many cycles that your dad did throughout your childhood. And one of them is by the way that you have been very open and giving. Your dad says to check your eyes, behind the eyes. There's something about your eyes, but I'm going behind. So if you're having like those headaches within your eyes, or anything like that, to have the eyes checked. Okay. So just look into the eyes. Also, he's, oh, your dad. Okay. I would say don't shoot the medium. I'd never shoot the medium because it's not me. I'm just the secretary. But your dad says, ask my son how quickly he went bald. Please don't get mad at me. This is not me. Ask my son how quickly he went bald. Did you bald at an early age, my friend?
In my 20s. I hear Susan laughing.
Yep.
In my 20s, I started going bald, yes.
Okay. Don't get mad at me. This is not
the time I met my wife.
Oh, I can't wait. I'm sure Susan, I can hear her giggling in the back. Oh my gosh, I love it. But it's more of your dad being kind of comical and just kind of laughing and being just maybe his true soulful self, who he really didn't feel he could be when he was here in the physical world. And now he's, very light, very humorous. And I didn't know when you started to lose your hair, my friend. I had no idea. So, but it's his way of just kind of making things light of the situation. But also he's the one wanting to have your eyes checked. So just, make sure you get that done. Also, I know that we're probably close to time and I could go on for hours. But hang on, let me scribble for a minute really quick. Let me get this last thing in. Okay. Have you had your house, Kevin, checked for mold or there being stuff in your water? Like minerals or things that shouldn't be in the water, chemicals in your water.
Well,
I know
they
it's
just
really
had a
weird and
thing here
random.
in the area about fluoride, extra fluoride in the water in this area,
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
it? We just had a thing with
Fungal
extra
mold.
fluoride. The mold? I don't know. I don't think I have mold in the house. I don't think I have mold in the house. Unless
No.
Steve comes over.
Definitely.
It'll be like, it'd be like the, it's poltergeist,
We're on the same
stuff.
line.
Yeah, they're in the same water line. So
We're on
yeah,
the same borderline, so they found
Oh,
too much fluoride, right? In our
yeah,
water?
in the water. Yeah, we're like a block.
oh my
apart.
gosh.
We're like a block apart from our houses.
Okay, wow. Okay, well, you both just gave me chills. And so this is, both your dads, I would say, but wanting to talk about the chemicals in the water that this just happened. So, just being mindful of that, whether, it affects your health or whether it's something you want to just drink, bottled water for a while. I don't know, but there's a feeling
we
of
are-
it being,
We are looking at changing out the hot water heater at our house. So
okay, please do that. I feel that's going to be part of the message, I guess. So
okay.
be mindful of that. But hey,
Well, thank you.
you're welcome. Do you guys have any questions for any of them? Or me?
Looking forward to meeting you at the bash.
Yeah, I can't wait. I know, only a couple more months. Super excited.
Are you going to go
Super
to
excited.
New Jersey Power Unity again as well?
Yeah, they invited me back, so I'm excited.
Awesome.
I'm gonna go there. I'm so bummed I missed Pennhurst. I wanted to go, and it just, money is tight, when you're trying to do all these trips, and so hopefully next year. I hope
Very
next year. I
good.
would love to go to. That is on my bucket list too, is to go to Pennhurst. I would love to go. So we'll see how that comes.
Be prepared because there's going to be a lot of things there because it affected me when I went there my first time. I felt
Yeah.
like my teeth were being pulled, and I didn't realize it was in the building that they actually pulled the teeth in. And the lady, I said to
Really?
her, so my mouth hurts like my tooth is being pulled, and she looked at me. She goes, "You know what building we're in right now? It's where they did all the teeth pulling." And I went, "No way! I didn't know."
I'll be staying out at my tent.
So it's kind of interesting.
Hang on,
Did you
I
freak
lost
out?
my sound. Hang on,
There
that
you
was
are.
weird.
Yeah.
Right when you said that. Hang on.
Oh.
Okay, that was
We
really
can hear
weird.
you.
We can hear you.
Can you? Okay, you just popped
Yeah.
off my headphones. I'll just take those out. That was
Uh-oh.
weird. As soon as you mentioned it, my headphones went completely out.
That's
Well,
right.
I'm excited though. I want to go to Pennhurst, so we'll see.
Yeah, it's a neat place. It's huge. So
Yeah,
Well,
Yeah.
well, thank you for coming on tonight. I greatly appreciate it.
of course.
Yeah.
For the reading.
Yeah. Thank you for the reading.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And thanks for having me again. And I'll definitely be watching for all of the other stuff. And even the stuff for you, Andrew, I'll always, get those out to the paranormal teams here too. And Kevin and Steve, all of your stuff. I try to help. And I feel like us little people need to spread the love.
Absolutely. I'll
Check
connect
that.
with you on Facebook.
Check that
Okay,
trailer
perfect.
for
I would love that.
Perfect.
And
Yeah, I'll check that trailer.
check the bearings. I have extra bearing covers if you need them.
Oh,
Uh,
see, you knew exactly what it was. Yeah. Well,
Yeah, he
Yeah,
did.
yeah,
He was
exactly.
being quiet about it.
Well, no, they have brand new tires on there, but the bearing covers might need to be replaced. I don't know. I haven't checked them since they've been pulled out here.
Yeah.
So, but can't wait to see you at the bash and see
Yeah.
the gallery reading. That's gonna be quite an interesting situation there. That's gonna be fun.
I know.
Think you're gonna have a lot of people in there. So
I hope so. I'm excited. It'll be good.
Awesome.
all right. Well,
Okay.
well, thank you again. You stay safe
course.
and stay out of trouble and kick your husband for me.
Always.
Just tell him Pens. We had a
Yeah.
thing with
I don't
Pens
know.
when we were at the
I
other-
don't, I'm
other
not sure
place.
what my swag this year is going to be that I bring. Fans were a hit last year because it was so hot. So we'll see. This year we'll
Yeah,
see
it's
what sticks out. I don't know.
what he comes out with. I have to get one of his calendars. He does
Yeah.
wildlife calendars, and all the pictures he takes are just amazing pictures.
Nice.
So,
Yeah.
but,
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
Utah
I think
has that.
yeah, I know. But she wants to
do.
come out here. We're trying to get her to come out here.
I got you.
Pizza.
Pizza.
Pizza's better out here. Pizza's much better out here.
Yeah.
The food's better out here.
That is
So.
very true. Very true.
All righty. Well, thank you again, and you
All
have a
right.
wonderful evening.
Thanks, you
And
guys.
we'll talk to you soon.
All right.
Okay. All right.
Take care.
Be safe.
Bye,
Thank you.
guys.
All right.
Bye.
See ya.
All right, guys. So that was mini medium. What did you guys think?
It was very good.
Good.
Yeah.
It was a good show. She hit the nail on the head.
That's good. That's good to hear. How about you, Steve? Gave you good?
I don't like talking about my colonoscopy.
Well, we talking. Hey, we were talking about before.
When I think colonoscopy, I think about the prep, and I'm like, oh, no.
Yeah.
Run.
Yeah, it's bad enough. I don't worry about the prep.
So, anything else you guys want to talk about before we sign off tonight?
No,
Let's go with the Roger Rabbit one more time.
There you go. There you go. Here.
What
switch.
is that?
it is the Rex Pod. So we will put more on.
Here, let's do a side view here. Let's get this right here. Ready? And bring it down.
Oh man, I can't figure this out where you are here.
There you go.
There you go.
There we go. He's talking into the mic.
It's like, hey, how you doing? Buy me.
So I will have hopefully enough stock to go around.
Yeah.
Keep on making them and keep on selling them.
Be the first kid on the block with a Rex pod
Exactly.
because I think they're going to go fast.
I hope so. I'm happy
They're
with
gonna
it.
go
I
fast.
think they're really cool. You don't see anything else. Oh, the screws, I know.
And
tomorrow,
Get
and
them
more
on
batteries.
Amazon. It's on there. Just look up the size.
Should make it roar.
You know, I actually was looking at those boxes too, or ones that growl, but then I didn't want to throw people off too if they're doing EVPs or something, and then they're picking up on growls.
We had what's his name last night? Up in the dark here.
Yeah,
Yeah, voodoo doll that went.
it screamed.
Yeah.
Screamed every time it went off. Yeah. So
Trust me, I've been looking for those too.
I'm sure they're out there.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for tuning in. I know we've missed a couple weeks, so we're working on getting somebody else for next week. We'll figure if that happens, and if it does, we'll be on Wednesday. We'll be coming at 8:00 because the winery and making sure that everything's copacetic downstairs for Pam, and she doesn't have to worry about too much.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll go from there. But you guys, if you need to get information about the bash, then give Pam a holler, or go. You guys have the Facebook page for that, right? For the bash,
yeah.
and go to the Facebook page for that. So, all right, Steve, take it.
Remember, when you see a veteran, buy him a cup of coffee.
Still waiting for mine.
You get a
Yeah,
beer.
beer.
Not complaining.
All right, guys. Thanks for
Okay.
tuning in, and we'll see you again, Andrew.
Yeah, we'll see you soon.
All right.
Adios, amigos.
All right, bye.
3, 2, 1.